Welcome to The Baffled Brain, Demystifying Dementia, your daily podcast that will teach you everything you need to know about dementia. At Think Different Dementia, we know that dementia seems complex and challenging to manage, but we also know with the right tools at the right time, dementia is made simple. I am your host, Lizette Cloete from Think Different Dementia, where we believe you're only one technique, the right technique, away from thriving and not just surviving your dementia journey. So please like this video, please subscribe to the podcast, and please share these videos with your friends and families so that we together can thrive and not just survive your dementia journey. So welcome to today's program. Well, welcome back today, and thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to continue along our journey on The Baffled Brain, Demystifying Dementia, where I promise I will get back to answering questions, but I just wanted to explain my framework, which is called Dementia Made Simple, using the analogy of an airplane to discuss dementia and dementia-related challenges with people to make it a lot easier for people to understand. So today's episode is going to be going over the next part of the body of an airplane. Remember, the body of a plane is what keeps it together, and the body of the plane includes the cockpit, the cabin, and the cargo. And so each day we're going over another part of the body of an airplane. So who do I put in the cabin of the airplane of dementia, or the journey of dementia? So who's in the cabin? So if you think about the cabin, that's where the passengers sit, right? That's where the passengers on an airplane sit. And so typically that's where the human beings are. We're talking about the crew, flight attendants, the passengers themselves, a little bit of baggage, but mostly the baggage is in the cargo. There may be some pets, some special animals, that kind of stuff. But in the cabin of an airplane, which is also part of the thing that keeps everything moving, everything together, we're going to be unpacking over the next several weeks and months. We're going to be talking about who's in the cabin. So who are in the cabin? I'm going to start with who I think to be the most important people in the cabin, which are the natural supports. Well, when we talk about natural supports in a person with dementia's journey, what we're referring to are their own personal natural support system. We're talking about friends, we're talking about family, their care partners, we're talking about the people in their lives that we can bring around them to help them along their journey. The natural supports that we tend to forget about are volunteers. We tend to forget about church. We tend to forget about other volunteer organizations that we might be able to tap into. Natural support systems in the community. There are lots of natural supports, and so we'll start to develop that out a little bit further. Who are the natural supports in a person with dementia's journey? Each person, we know, is different, right? Everybody has, their lives are different. My life and your life are not the same. Nobody's lives are the same. I was born in South Africa. You might have been born in India or in Pakistani or in the United States or the UK. Everybody's schooling was different. I was schooled in Afrikaans for most of my college career, but through my high school, I was educated in English. I grew up in South Africa, so my cultural background is different. Every person is different. Every particular person is different, and so are their supports, right? So your natural supports are going to be different, but then the other part of it is a financial supports. Everybody's financial supports are going to look different, and so we want to explore what are financial supports. I'm speaking as to people who are living in the United States, right? We have Medicare, Medicaid, those kinds of things. Each community has different resources in their own communities. And so we can talk about being in the cabin, the different community support systems, the Alzheimer's Association, support groups, all of these different things are part of the in the cabin. They're the passengers along the journey. But probably one of the things that we tend to forget, and that we're going to talk about, and I'll bring people on to actually interview, are going to be some of the multidisciplinary supports. We're going to talk about things like physical therapy and occupational therapy and speech therapy and behavioral analysis, physicians, social workers, all of the different types of activities and people that are on our journey with dementia, that are what we call, that are in the cabin, that are part of your journey. And so just to recap again real quick, each episode is going to be a little bit different in length, because right now I'm just kind of packing out how the analogy of an airplane can be used to describe the flight of our life and our dementia journey. And so today we talked about who is on the cabin of the airplane, or in the cabin. And so I want us to start to think a little bit more broadly about people with dementia and our lives, if we have dementia, and how we can start to pull together some of these support systems that we inherently have in our life, because everybody's life is different. So today's episode is a little shorter, but that's okay, because I promised to make these episodes less than 30 minutes, at least to myself. I promised I would make these episodes less than 30 minutes each day, so that we can start to have more episodes and start to unpack things a little bit easier. And like I end all of my broadcasts, the Lord bless you and keep you, and thank you for joining me. If you like these videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel called Think Different Dementia. If you are not a part of my Facebook group, please join my Facebook group. It's called Think Different Dementia Education Group. And as always, you can subscribe to this podcast on Podbean, and I'm working on getting them up on different platforms. Right now it's on Google Play. Thank you for joining, and please like, share, and subscribe these videos so that we can get the message out. Yet again, thank you for joining me, and the Lord bless you and keep you. Bye.